Good morning, Poke fans. Happy Saturday. My name is Matt and welcome back to a brand new video for our seasonal rank climb in the Master Ball tier using a team that we built from scratch. Just a couple announcements before we get started. First of all, thank you everyone that supported the channel and has been patiently waiting. Yesterday was my very first time uploading in about 4 days due to the heat, of course, and it's cooled down considerably since then. So we're no longer in a heat wave. Thank God. Sunday, because today is Saturday. Sunday, we'll be recording the podcast that should be released on Thursday. We will be talking about Pokemon Go, the event that's going to be coming up by the time that you hear it. It's going to be around, and some other topics as well, and I'll keep those under wraps until we actually start talking about the podcast. The team might be changing up quite a bit. I don't know if we're just going to be focusing on EVs or doing something a little bit different. Since the conclusion of Worlds, a lot of people have been focusing their, I want to say, proficiencies elsewhere, and I kind of want to do the same to see what I can come up with. So I don't know if the entire team is going to change this weekend or next, or I should just get another team started so that I can use those in season 10. Now, some Pokemon that are currently on the team will probably make it to the next one, and then we'll probably need to decide what we're going to be doing from henceforth. I don't want to make any difficult changes because I want to have like the building process and I want to continue building as a trainer. So because we're going to be reaching out for another goal, since we've pretty much accomplished everything that we've had up to this point, it's really weird. I could like aim for the 1000 spot, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get there within the amount of time that we have. But that won't stop me from recording more battles for you guys and to satisfy the thirsts that we all have, which is hopefully competitive games that we all can grow from. So with that out of the way, go ahead and do the YouTube things by liking the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, leave a comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments you guys leave behind, and subscribe and hit the notification bell because my uncle says that helps out the channel growth as well. So do that, please. We're trying to hit a goal of 400 by the end of the month and 1000 by the end of the year, and I know that we could hit that number with your guys' help. And with all that said, let's get into our matches. Our first matchup has Hisuian Typhlosion, Hisuian Lilligant, Ursaluna, Torkoal, Fluttermane, and Thundurus. Okay, interesting. Fluttermane's going to be the one that's going to be setting up the trick room for sure. We still have other options with Lilligant and Typhlosion for sure. We will have to be playing around with Torkoal though. So we will get set up the best way that we know how, which is Tornadus and Chien-Pao, because we're going to get rid of Thundurus first. Unless they bring out, Fluttermane, then we target down the Fluttermane. We will have options. We'll bring in our own Fluttermane in the back, and then in the event that we hit Trick Room, actually, well, is this the best combo? Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, it has to be. Never mind. Okay. After that, we'll bring in Dragonite. I want to bring in Iron Hands for fake out pressure, but they do have Fluttermane on the docket, and Fluttermane's not necessarily like a problem versus Iron Hands. The thing that becomes a problem is whether or not that it could survive. What am I trying to think of? Torkoal Lilligant, or Torkoal and Fluttermane for the starting. What am I trying to think of? I can't. Dang it. All right. So I think what I'm trying to say is Heavy Slam can take out the Fluttermane, no problem. It's the fake out, and I don't want to get messed up with that. Okay, that's what I was trying to think of. Okay, Rain Dance so that we shut off photosynthesis, and then we'll go ahead and Sucker Punch the Fluttermane because it is boosted in the sun for special attack, and we're going to knock it down quite a bit. Rain Dance to turn off the sun so its special attack goes away. So we know that it's going to attack now, but what? We don't know. Dazzling Gleam. It's going to bring Chien-Pao down to its sash and knocks out, and it's not going to knock out Tornadus, but it's going to drop him Blast in half. Yawn will then go into Tornadus. So Tornadus is going to go to sleep after this turn. So we could swap. Or we could... Yeah, you know what? We'll swap. We will swap. We'll bring out Dragonite for the switch in. And I'll Sucker Punch again. Well, I don't really have to... Yeah, I'll Sucker Punch again. I don't know if it's spec'd. And I'd rather knock it out before it does any real damage. Dragonite comes out on my side. Flutter Mane will protect, so it's not spec'd. So Sucker Punch is going to fail, unfortunately. Torkoal will also protect, which is totally fine. So it was a double protect on their side. But now I'm going to Stomping Tantrum to the Torkoal, and then I'm going to Ice Spinner the Flutter Mane. Because it's rain, Torkoal's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. Chien-Pao is on the field, so there's that as well. They withdrew Torkoal. Totally fine. We were bringing out Lilligant. It's a good switch-in option, but that's kind of a terrible one as well. Ice Spinner's not going to go to the Flutter Mane. It's going to knock it out. They're doing that so they could swap out the weather again. And here comes Stomping Tantrum. This is going to do about half to the Lilligant, which is dope. Here comes Torkoal. Stomping Tantrum to the Torkoal, and I'm going to Sucker Punch. I'm actually going to... I'm going to protect. Lilligant's going to use After You, which is going to then force Torkoal to do something. So I don't want to make any unnecessary switch-ins right now. And with Chien-Pao on the field, anything that Dragonite's going to hit is going to do a lot of damage. I wish the game would also tell you when like Chlorophyll is activated. I'm pretty sure that's what Lilligant has. Leaf Blade. It's going to break the sash. But now Stomping Tantrum's going to come in and knock out Torkoal. Oh, it does not. It's really close though. Overheat will still do a little bit of damage to the Dragonite. Not that much though. Drops its special attack harshly. And I'm just going to go like this again. Leaf Blade. Alright, Ice Spinner into the Lilligant and Stomping Tantrum again. That's what we'll go with. Withdrew Lilligant. It's a good call. Let's bring out Typhlosion. It's like they know that I'm attacking them. Torkoal's going to protect. Ice Spinner goes right into that Typhlosion. Stomping Tantrum. Yep, Stomping Tantrum, the Typhlosion, and we will then... Well, maybe not. Will Typhlosion get knocked out if I... We'll try it. Sucker Punch the Typhlosion. Torkoal protected so he can't protect this turn. They're going to Terra. It's going to be a Typhlosion. It's fire. Oh, that's even worse. Sucker Punch isn't going to do a whole lot of damage now, but... well, I mean, he could do Eruption. Helping Hand goes over to the Typhlosion, so it's most likely Lava Plume. Sucker Punch. Oh, we'll knock out the Typhlosion. Never mind. Let's go. Stomping Tantrum. Knocks out Torkoal. Not a bad strat. I think if they would have played around differently, they would have taken the game. I mean, they could still do a lot of damage with Lilligant and all that. But yeah, we'll protect here with Qianpao. No need to put her into like, oh, never mind. The thought was to put Qianpao into protect, not to do too much damage to her and just whittle Lilligant down, but apparently they saw the writing on the walls. All right, our next match has Urshifu, Rillaboom, Tornadus, Torkoal, Fluttermane, and Typhlosion. Ooh, cool. And it's still Hisuian, Typhlosion, which means he's Fire Ghost. So Fake Out isn't going to be that big of a... It isn't going to be useful here. I say that even though that Heavy Slam is still a problem with Iron Hands, but it is what it is at that point. So, what should we bring in here? I mean, we should probably bring in someone to deal with Tornadus. They could also go for Tailwind, so that's something that I'll have to think about. Rillaboom's a good Fake Out user, and I don't know what Urshifu is going to be using. Could be single or could be rapid. I'm not sure. We'll see. As for moves, though, we'll go Tornadus, Qianpao, Iron Hands for the Flutter, maybe if we have to deal with it, and Dragonite again. We won't bring in Fluttermane this time. No, we did. Did we? Tornadus, Qianpao, Iron Hands. No, we didn't bring in Fluttermane this time. We're leaving Urshifu and Fluttermane back. Flutter Hands, wow. Fluttermane back because we don't want to have to deal with that. Tornadus and Fluttermane will come out on their side of the field versus my Tornadus and Qianpao. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is taunt their Tornadus and Sucker Punch their Fluttermane. Yes, I want to Sucker Punch the Fluttermane. Now the speed tie is either going to be me or them, because I'm assuming that everyone has max speed for their Tornadus, but Worlds did show that not everyone was using max speed. But priority is still a thing right now. A lot of people are getting rid of it though, which is great. But it's kind of hard to deal with sometimes. Okay, they're going to Terra. And that is going to be the Tornadus. All right. Dark. Oh, that's dope. Okay. Taunt's not working now. Sucker Punch still goes into the Fluttermane and gets it down to Sash. Taunt does not affect that Tornadus because it's dark. Oh, that's dope. Someone took my strat. Fluttermane uses Dazzling Gleam. It's not going to knock out the Qianpao, but it will drop it down to its Sash. And Tornadus will also be knocked down to at least, or a little less than half. Ah, someone took my strat. God dang it. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. What can we do here? We can't... I mean, we could Bleak Wind, but they're going to get off Tailwind next turn. And in this case, it's totally fine. That Fluttermane, though, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they could go for the attack and double knock out my team, so I'm going to protect in the event that that's the case. I kind of want to get set up for next turn if it's all possible. Fluttermane will also protect. Okay, good. Tailwind on their side. And I'm going to Bleak Wind. Hopefully hitting their Tornadus. Yep. A little more than half. Or a little less than half. It's about a third. So now Tailwind on their side has been activated. They're automatically going to knock out Pokemon on my side. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up with the Sucker Punch and a Bleak Wind strat just to kind of do a little bit more damage. Fluttermane tried to protect again, but it failed. Sucker Punch will fail on Qianpao, so they knew that. Bleak Wind on their side is going to activate, and it's going to knock out my Pokemon. I don't always try to go for the double protect because a lot of times it will fail for me. So It was kind of like a worthwhile try. They have Tailwind, I don't. But now I have Dragonite and Iron Hands. And Iron Hands is going to go ahead and I think he should Terra, honestly, to not get hit by that strong Bleak Wind and the Dazzle Gleam. So we'll Terra Electric, Drain Punch that guy. And we will... What is it? No, Drain Punch that guy, and I'm going to Ice Spinner Fluttermane. Sunny Day. Boosted Fluttermane's special attack. Yep. Dazzling Gleam comes out. Oh my god. Game Y. Okay. It didn't Terra him. Here comes the Drain Punch. Boom! Right into that Tornado. Is going to knock him out because he's a dark type. And all that HP goes right back to me. So the game didn't Terra Iron Hands. I mean, it didn't really matter this turn because he Sunny Day'd instead of doing anything else. Which is totally fine in that regard. But I'm just like, why? Here comes Typhlosion. And Urshifu. And that is a single strike. So I'm going to Drain Punch the Urshifu. I'm going to Terra, Ice Spinner, into the Typhlosion. I'm effectively removing the whole reason why Dragonite is able to not get hit by ground type moves, but no one on that side of the field uses ground. So no Earthquakes. I highly doubt Sand Tomb or even Stomping Tantrum. I was really hoping for Rillaboom to come out, which is why I picked the moves I did. Close Combat goes into Iron Hands, does not knock him out, but it drops his defenses one stage. Typhlosion will do the Eruption, which is going to definitely knock out Iron... Oh, well, there goes my team. Never mind. I was not expecting Typhlosion to be faster. So there's something. I expected Urshifu, but not Typhlosion. All right, next match is up. We've got Armarouge, Entity, Sneasler, Torkoal, Chien-Pao, and Dragapult. A lot of people are bringing in Torkoal. I like it. I'm digging the Torkoals, guys. Torkoal's one of my favorite fire Pokemon. Okay, so in this regard, what we should be doing is maybe setting up for Trick Room. Now, we can't really bring out Iron Hands. Fake Out's not going to do anything because Entity is going to be on that side of the field. But we can bring out Fluttermane to kind of wheel and deal a little bit. So let's go ahead and get Tornadus Fluttermane to kind of get some weaknesses here and there. And let's bring in Chien-Pao and Dragonite for the back. Now we're bringing them in the back so that we can get set up for the extreme speed naughtiness that we've been wanting to do for a while, but it is what it is at that point. Let's see. Entity and Sneasler. I think they're both shiny. That's dope. Psychic Surge comes out. It does its stuff. Procking Sneasler's Psychic Seed. Yep. And I'm procking the booster energy for Fluttermane, boosting my speed quite a bit. Now, we could taunt, but it's not going to really do anything. We're going to Bleak Wind instead so that we get the charge. I believe I'm faster than the Sneasler. I believe so. I'm not 100% sure about that. but I'm going to imprison. Well, no. That's poison. Is it poison? I'm going to imprison. Stop Trick Room in its tracks. Dire Claw, right into Fluttermane, knocks it out, one hit KO. Bleak Wind, misses Sneasler, but will hit the NDD. Now NDD is going to go for Trick Room. Why did it not work? I have 207? No, 205 speed. Sneasler is fighting, he's at 120 base speed. How is he able to go faster than Fluttermane though? He's 189. Is it scarfed? I mean, that might be the case, but it's like, really? All right. Dragonite, come on out. Ugh. With Trick Room on the field, it's kind of hard to do stuff. Bleak Wind for sure. And we'll Ice Spinner into the Entity to get rid of the second the field. Dazzling Gleam hits. Super effective against Dragonite, but doesn't do a whole lot. Ice Spinner goes right into that slot after that. Takes away the Psychic Field. Oh, the Rocky Helmet too. So now priority now works. Bleak Wind now comes in. And we'll knock out the Entity. Leave Sneasler with about 1/4 of its HP left. Rock Slide? That's gonna do a lot, but not as much as they were hoping. Torkoal comes out next. Drought. Rain Dance, and I'm gonna swap to Qian Pao. Because I need Dragonite to come back so I could swap him out of Ice Spinner. Ice Spinner was helpful, but I probably should have brought out Qian Pao first, but I didn't want to bring him down to Sash right away. Rain Dance to get rid of the sun. It's gonna severely weaken Torkoal. Heat Wave. Crit on Tornadus, knocks him out, and it's also crit on Qian Pao, leaving him with 10 HP. Oof. Close combat. They were probably still thinking that Dragonite would have stayed out and would have Terra'd. It's not a bad choice whatsoever. Probably would have been what happened, but I didn't pick that. So I'm just gonna extreme speed the Sneasler. Why not? Knock him out. Sneasler faints. And Eruption from the Torkoal. I mean, they won. And it was not scarfed because they used, you know, close combat. So I need to figure out how they were able to outspeed Fluttermane at 205. Oh, Unburdened, duh. Next match is up, and we've got Cresselia, King Gambit, Sylveon, Amoonguss, Sableye, and Gastrodon. Okay. Nice wide assortment of Pokemon here. Sylveon, who was in the team, I believe, for juniors or seniors. No, it could also have been in the Masters team. It was obviously in the World's Tournament. I can't remember which one, but still a strong Pokemon nonetheless. I don't really have anyone with poison moves to really get rid of it, so it's going to be really, really interesting to see what I do here. Trick Room could be an option. It would probably be the option for Cresselia, but I don't think it's also going to be activating it very often. So let's see, what do we do here? Sableye is going to come out and use Fake Out, so anyone I use is going to need to be able to deal with that. So Tornadus and Fluttermane for sure. Qianpao, and we'll bring in Urshifu to the swing it. Actually, we won't. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. All right, so we got Amoonguss, Sableye on their side of the field versus Tornadus and Fluttermane on mine. We're gonna taunt the Amoonguss and we're gonna hit the Sableye for lots of damage with the Moonblast. Taunt goes on to Amoonguss, stopping it from using Spore, Rage Powder, anything like that. It could have used either one, but Skill Swap on its partner. Switch abilities with it. Spore cannot go off. Oh, I see. You give Amoonguss Prankster and it does it automatically while Sableye gets Regenerator. I like it. Not a bad strat. Too bad it didn't work. At least here. Here comes Sylveon. Ooh, shiny. Okay, so we've already taunted. Bleak Wind now. I kind of want to get Rain up so that it's at least 100%. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get a Rain set up now. And I will Shadow Ball the Amoonguss. Sylveon's probably going to hit us for a little bit, but I don't want to Moonblast in the event that they Terra'd. So Shadow Ball should do quite a bit of damage. It's about a third. And we'd also drop in their special defense. Hyper Voice comes in and will hit the Fluttermane and the Amoonguss. And he Pollen Puff thinking I would hit the Sylveon, which doesn't affect Sylveon? Oh yeah, because there's no healing. Bleak Wind, and we'll now go in with the Moonblast. Oh, look at that. Moonblast didn't do a whole lot of damage there. Boop, 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 ba-da-na-na. I kind of want a Terra, but I don't think I want to waste my Terra just because of the fact that I could be knocked out. Yeah, we'll hold off. Moonblast right into the Sylveon. Does a fourth. Bleak Wind will now come out, knock out the Amoonguss, bringing Sylveon less than half, dropping its speed as well. Here comes that Hyper Voice again. Boosh. Is it Spect? I mean, it could be Spect. It hasn't done anything else. And if it is Spect, then it's Spect. There's just nothing else I could do about that. But it is what it is. Urshifu and Qianpao will now come out. We were not able to get Trick Room off, but I don't think... Not Trick Room, but Tailwind off, but I don't think that's really going to matter. Gastrodon comes out on their side of the field. Now here's an interesting part. I'm glad that I saved my Terra, because this would have been terrible. We're going to Terra so that Earth Power does not hit Qianpao. I think Ice is weak against ground attacks, so I would much rather not have that as a worry. But we're going to Terra Flying and Ice Spinner into Sylveon, and we're going to protect with Urshifu. In the event that I don't knock out Sylveon here, I at least save Urshifu from attacks from both Sylveon and Gastrodon. They also Terra, and it's probably the Gastrodon. It is. And it's fire. Oh. Why do you tempt me so? Why do you tempt me so? I'm not doing that. I'm not falling for that, Shiznaz. Come on. Protect on their Urshifu with the Ice Spinner into the Sylveon. It is going to knock it out. Goodbye. Earth Power goes right into the Chien Pao, which doesn't work because I Terra'd. And this is the last Pokemon on both. All right. Sacred Sword into the Gastrodon. And I'm going to close combat the Gastrodon as well. Storm Drain is still a problem, so we won't be able to hit it with any type of water attacks, but this should be it, and it is. Booyah! 2-2, let's go. That was not a bad thing. It's a good thing I saved my Terra. All right, and our final matchup today is going to have Urshifu, Chien Pao, Gyarados, Amoonguss, Goldengo, and Mimikyu. So I don't think that we'll have anyone to worry about Trick Room, but we do have to worry about setups or resets if I was using a Trick Room team. Gyarados is someone that is used defensively with Taunt and or Thunder Wave, so we have to keep an eye on that as well. Otherwise, our main attackers in this team is most likely going to be Chien Pao, Urshifu, and Goldengo. So with that being said, let's get started with some countermeasures. We'll open up like last time with the Tornadus Fluttermane to kind of shake things up, and then we'll bring in the Chien Pao because Goldengo is going to be a semi-problem. And I'm only saying semi because of the fact that I can't fake it out. I could bring in Dragonite, but if I have to extreme speed into any other slot, it makes it kind of useless. So 2 Ghosts, Mimikyu, and Goldengo. I'm going to bring in Urshifu instead to kind of have to deal with the offset of the water. Actually, we'll bring in Iron Hands. Thunder Punch with Terra Thunder Punch with Terra Electric is just as good. And with Amoonguss possibly being like Terra Water and like Gyarados being, you know, water, it's going to be really, really effective. Actually, he's going to be ×4 to electric because it's water flying and flying speed against that too. So it's going to be very, very interesting. They open up with Mimikyu and Chien Pao though, so that's really interesting. We're going to go ahead and get started off with, I want to say Tailwind, because Taunt isn't really going to work against the Mimikyu. They'll most likely have Trick Room, or I mean, they're not going to use Trick Room, right? Like, that would be kind of dumb. Tailwind to get us set up. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. I mean, I want to click Imprison, but I don't know. I don't know why. Why would you use Trick Room when you've got, obviously, Chien Pao? There's 205. But I'm going to Shadow Ball the Mimikyu. They're going to Terra. And it is Chien Pao. And it's going to transform to Ice. Ooh, I just realized something. Well, we're going to find out. Ice Shard goes first, which is going to go into the Tornadus. Knock it out. Yeah. Kind of foresaw that happen. It's like, oh, wait. I probably should have used my Terra there, but that's okay. I think it just hit itself from something. Was that Life Orb? If that's Life Orb Chien Pao, that's interesting. Play Rough will go into Fluttermane, which will knock it out. Holy shnikes. Holy shnikes. Bring on our own Chien Pao and Iron Hands. Holy shnikes. Okay. We're going to protect on the Chien Pao, and we're going to Drain Punch their Chien Pao. We're going to withdraw. Good call. Comes out. Gyarados. Intimidate. Drops the attack. Protect. Will-O-Wisp. It's totally fine. Iron Hands was burnt. Drain Punch. Oh, it's not very effective. Just keep that in mind. It's not very effective. And that is a leftover set for Gyarados. Okay. Actually, we're going to Ice Spinner the Mimikyu, Terra, Thunder Punch, the Gyarados. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Ice Spinner right into that Mimikyu and does not knock it out. Gets pretty low though. Chien-Pao was hurt by that Rocky helmet. That kind of sucks. Drain Punch. It's going to knock out Chien-Pao. It's going to heal him all the way back up because all that damage he just dealt. Oh, Jesus. That's so dope. I like that. But here comes a fearsome waterfall to Iron Hands. Please don't flinch. Okay, good. Terra Electric Thunder Punch. Ooh. That's a lot of damage. Oh, and he's paralyzed too? Let's go. Let's go. Honestly, yeah, let's go. That's dope. Yeah, Iron Hands is burnt, but I mean, yeah. It's dope. Okay. We're gonna hit the Mimikyu now. Play rough. Oh, that does a lot of damage. Oh, that was a crit. It's like, no wonder they did a lot of damage. Are you serious? I mean, he is burnt. He is burnt, but I'm still dumbfounded. How? Burnt plus -1. I guess that would make sense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to be the end of our video. We ended at 8,528 at 34 wins, 31 losses. So we are still above our win-loss record, but it looks like we are definitely starting to fall behind of what we used to be able to do before. Today's video, we went 2-3, so that's not as bad, but it could be worse. And hopefully we rectify that in the future. Now, with that being said, with that last match, I did do the calcs, and it looks like after the burn, it would have still been a 2-hit KO for Mimikyu, to knock out Mimikyu with Heavy Slam. Genuinely, if he was not burnt with the -1, that was a 1-hit KO, but it went from 117% down to just 38.8% or 46%. I don't even think I even got the high end of that, so it's probably even lower than what was like shown, but that's totally fine. The base power of Heavy Slam is dictated on the differences of weight of each Pokemon, and Mimikyu does not weigh that much. Either that is a heavy cow underneath that tarp that wants to look like Pikachu, but it's just not. But still, that's good to know. I can one-shot him as long as I'm not burnt and -1 in attack. Otherwise, I would have been able to win. But that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, and that's something to know for the future. Okay, so I pass the question off to you. What would you have done for these matches? Anything that you would have done in particular? What sets would you brought in? And who do you think the MVP is? I'd like to maybe say Fluttermane for holding off that one match. I think it was match 4, maybe match 3. I think it was match 4. Fluttermane and Tornadus were able to hold off the line against almost the entire team. So that was really, really cool. But if I had to give opponents something, that Typhlosion was really, really cool to fight. I do like fighting that Typhlosion. But that's going to be it for me today. I want to thank you guys for watching as long as you have. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't. Leave a comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind. And subscribe if you're new or if you are a returning viewer. We're trying to hit a goal of 400 subs by the end of the month and 1,000 by the end of the year. And I know that we can hit it with your guys' help. If you want to prove my uncle right, you can always hit the bell icon to the side and select the notifications to all to let you guys know that when I upload. I do upload 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, so you can see more Pokemon fights from me. But there is a little bit of a caveat. At the end of the month, I will be taking time to get the videos ready to do the 20 matches, something that I started I think last season or this season, or like 2 seasons ago, and they seem to do really well. You guys can watch the entire season of what I've done for the month from match 1 to match 100. Just cut it into 5 different bits so that way you can digest it all. It's pretty interesting. I think you guys like it. And that's it. Happy Saturday. I will be working here in a couple of hours in the shop, and I'll be there for about 8, and then I'll be coming back to do possibly more recording for Sunday. I'm not 100% sure. We do have a podcast to film tomorrow as well. So enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Till then, have a good day. Peace.